Hello, lovely Cursush students and supporters, and anyone else who is interested in listening. I want to talk about something really important today, and that's unfortunately misogyny, narcissism, and emotional abuse and manipulation within our broad pagan and spiritual community. This is something that doesn't just apply to our community, it's widespread in society. And I think the way society is organised is probably collective narcissism on a grand scale. But it's something that happens where we work with power. And, we work with the power, the sacred power of the earth. We work with the divine feminine in the land. And we work with the divine feminine, divine masculine within all of us, men and women. But the sad fact is that sometimes there is a lack of discernment, a lack of awareness on the part of some in terms of looking deeper beneath the surface and really kind of discerning beyond the presentation to really see perhaps negative traits, destructive traits in somebody. And just lately, maybe a few weeks ago, I put up a post about narcissism on this page and kind of said, you might not think this is the place for it, but unfortunately, as in all kind of spiritual communities, like look what's happened within the Catholic Church, look what's happened in Buddhism, it's rife, and it's rife in society. And sadly, it is perpetrated more by men against women, but certainly not exclusively so. But having spoken to some women who came to me for support just recently, I am quite shocked, if not wholly surprised, by the level of misogyny that goes on within our community. And it's something we really, really have to tackle. We have to tackle it as sisterhood for mutual healing and support. But the brotherhood has to tackle it. And you have to tackle those men within your groups, within your circles who are not honouring women. So can I preface this by saying polyamory is totally valid. If somebody has 47 or 1,000 lovers, that's of no concern of mine, as long as everybody's in the know, as long as there is consent. Because within our intimate relationships, the key thing is always consent. If people don't know what they're getting themselves into, there cannot be full consent. So where we have people abusing their kind of position, their kind of status within a community to kind of hoodwink people into intimate relationships, we have a problem. We have a problem with narcissism, and I think anywhere where, as I say, you're dealing with power, you're going to have that issue. The other thing that I think is really key is that an awful lot of people come to pagan practice, come to looking for the sacred in the land, come to looking for the Great Mother, the divine in the land, our ancient gods and goddesses, because they have some trauma, they have wounds. I know in my own case, it was my experience in the mother and baby homes and that awful grief of adoptions in the case of my first two pregnancies that had me disillusioned with the Catholic system I grew up in and searching for meaning and searching for something spiritual that would support me. And I found that in my pagan path, and particularly in the indigenous pagan practice of this land, indigenous Irish practice. So what do we do about this? Do we out people? Do we name them? I think really it's about raising awareness. It's about supporting each other. So I know there are a number of women really, really hurting at the moment because people they believed were honourable and true and warriors actually turned out to be people just manipulating them for their own personal gratification. And that's not okay. That's really not okay. I think, to walk the path of the warrior is not just about being strong. It is about honour. And it is not honourable to, be involved in manipulating other people's emotions. It is not honourable to not be honest about who you are. It is not honorable to present yourself in a certain way, but actually, be hiding the reality of how you are engaging with people, especially with women in these cases. So, as I say, it's not just about women, or about, men being the baddies, because yes, of course there are female narcissists, of course there are female manipulators, of course there are female abusers. But I think on balance, the percentages are very high in terms of men perpetrating this against women. As a sisterhood, and as somebody who trains women in a sisterhood of priestesses, this is hugely important to me, because we talk so much about sovereignty. Sovereignty is not just the power of aligning ourselves with that sacred power in the land. It is also about the responsibility that comes with it. And responsibility is key in our interactions with others. And I'll hold my hand up and say, I have not always been 100% honourable in my dealings with others. Like anyone else, I'm a human being, and I made wrong choices along the way, certainly when I was younger. Coming out of wounds and trauma, I will add. And I think we all do that. We all have shadow. We all have ego. We all have, issues. And none of us is 100%, a perfect human being. I don't think we'd be here if we were. But we have to walk our path with honour. We have to walk our path with truth. We have to honour the divine and the sacred in others. When we deal with men or women, it's about seeing the goddess in them, seeing the God in them, and honouring that, and being clear and transparent and honest in who we are. Maybe we don't always know who we are. Maybe, we don't see ourselves truly as we are. It's very hard for other people to see us truly as we are if we hide that, if we are, inventing personas and presenting ourselves in a certain way. Maybe we even believe that, but honesty is key, integrity is key, honour is key. So for those women who are wounded at the moment, who are hurting, who are feeling like fools because they believe they were stupid to get sucked in by somebody's presentation and outward kind of appearance, I would like to invoke the Morrigan. She takes no shit. I would like to ask her with claws and beak to pluck out any energy that is not belong to you, anything that you really need to clear at the moment. I would like to ask her to guide your way. I would like to ask her to show you that strength and the warrior energy that you may have lost through these relationships and interactions. Tar Morian, Tar Chuig Mudrfuracha, Tashbon Doiv, Shli Krogach, Shli Anorak, Oskuldov, a Fin Quocht, Shul Leo, Tuardov, Njart, Krogacht, Lechus, Gorau Auli. And I would like to hold up this mirror. May we all take a good look into the mirror of truth. May we see where we need strong boundaries. May we see where we need to reclaim our power and stand in our truth. May those who are not honouring the others in the community, may those men who are not honouring women take a long, hard look at themselves and see the reflection, the true reflection of who they are. And may they be guided to take steps to change that. Go rao Auli. And may the brothers in our community be the ones to stand up and to basically call out men in your circles, in your groups, who are not honouring women. Help them to walk the path of integrity. And I would like now to call on Bridget for healing, with this healing water from Bridget's well. May all find the power of transformation within themselves, to be the best version of ourselves we can be, to walk with truth and beauty and honour and integrity. Go rao Auli. And that's really all I have to say. And the rain has come down and it's the magical mist. So let's just tackle this together, brothers and sisters. Let us be true and honest and kind and loving with one another. Let us be discerning. Let us have awareness. Let us have strong boundaries. And may healing and love bless you all.